Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Sunday Media TV, welcoming you to Trending Stories. It's been on the news that the Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka, in one of the interviews he held in a podcast, stated that Mr. Peter Obi is unfit to govern. This statement has raised a lot of eyebrows from the Obedient group. So this is what Professor Wole Soyinka said during that podcast interview that elicited this concern why people were talking. Let's listen to him.
Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka has yet again questioned the leadership potential of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, stating in a recent interview that he is unfit to govern Nigeria. Soyinka cited the conduct of his supporters, known as the Obidients, during the 2023 election campaign as a disqualifying factor. Let's take a look.
I hope for the sake of the nation that he doesn't express interest in the next election. Because for me as a leader, if there was any proof that he was unfit to lead that country, it's in the conduct which he encouraged among his followers. Because I know for a fact, and I can give you an instance which prove that he was in control of those forces. Simply because when he first came to visit me, I remember the moment when he took out his computers, something, and after he made a statement like, "Oh, don't worry, everything, will be taken care of. You don't have anything to worry about these people." He was talking about the quote-unquote obedience. I remember he took out his computer, his phone, and he tapped, a message, there. And he shot me. I was watching him very closely. I didn't say anything. And after that, everything seemed to be, to be nice and cozy.
All right, so we've heard what he said, that Peter Obi is unfit to govern, and he hoped that in 2027 that he doesn't come out as one of the candidates. That's his view, that's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion, he's entitled to his view. That's freedom of speech. But first, who are the Obedient group? The Obedient groups are the supporters of Peter Obi during the 2023 presidential election. They are independent citizens of Nigeria who are freaking tired of the kind of governance Nigeria has been going through, especially since democracy in 1999. Therefore, this group of people came together trying to support a candidate who they believe will be able to offer them the kind of leadership that the nation deserves. And that's how they fell in love with Peter Obi, who has been two-time governor of Anambra State. They believed in him, they believe in his capacity, in his competence, in his character, and in his integrity. That is the kind of leader that Nigeria needs at this time. So they rallied around behind him, campaigned for him, supported him all through and after the 2023 election. These guys, majority of them, are not card-carrying members of any party, of any political party. They are not even members of Labour Party. They are just independent citizens who support good governance, who supports individuals that have the capacity, the competence, the integrity and character to deliver, irrespective of the political party. So, what is the reason for the Nobel laureate to come to this conclusion? According to him, he said that his major reason for saying so is because Mr. Peter Obi is unable to control the obedience. And that is laughable. If that is the way to conclude who is a leader and who is not a leader, it's laughable. This is because they are not his employees, they are not his kids. So this is why people started talking. They don't really understand why the Nobel laureate came to this conclusion. During the presidential election of 2023, did he say that Tinubu is unfit to govern because his supporters attacked citizens in Lagos and other parts of the country? Where was he when a lot of things went down in the country? During these attacks, the Nobel laureate did not make any comment. So the question is, why always Peter Obi? Why is he always on the news? Even though he's not the president of the country, he's not occupying any political position, he's just living his life as a normal citizen, performing his charitable support to the people to ensure that they survive. He has been asked several times what is his ambition for 2027, and his response has always been consistent. And for now, his focus is on how people can live and survive. And that is why he goes around the country supporting citizens wherever he can. What is the threat that he posed to this group of people that made them to every minute of the day they talk about him, even when he's sleeping in his bedroom? There are other attack dogs that has been released who on daily basis talks about Peter Obi in the negative, even when the results are glaring. So let me put it this way. If a Nigerian citizen is caught in Singapore with drugs and is sentenced to death, will you say that the current president, Bola Tinubu, is unfit to govern because a Nigerian was caught in Singapore with drugs? Does he have control over the life of the guy? No. Does he decide how the guy lives his life? No. Does he make decisions for the guy? No. So why are you holding him responsible for a choice he made to take drugs to Singapore? Because that is exactly what the Prof is saying. I think it's difficult for the older generation to manage what is really happening, the globalization that is going on today. Citizens are not daft. Citizens are wiser today. Citizens have grown up. Citizens have a lot of tools around them that whatever you say, they can research on it immediately and counter you. So for a man of his capacity, of his level, being a Nobel laureate, a professor at that, and all he has become in the country, coming out to just single out an individual and condemn him, that is unfit to govern. On what parameters? What is leadership? What is governance? Somebody who has been a governor for 8 years and delivered substantial results. He is the only governor in the history of Nigeria who has saved so much money for his state and who has also delivered on infrastructural projects. The results are there in the education sector, in the health sector, in the rural road network. Just name it. He won several awards. That's the same person is saying is unfit to govern. So those who are there right now, what made them fit to govern? And today we have seen how they are governing. We have seen how good the economy is. We have seen how good security is. We have seen how good the education sector is and all that. Peter Obi is a graduate of Harvard. He went to Harvard. He went to Kellogg. He went to Cambridge. He went to Oxford. He went to UNN, plus many other certifications he had. He understands development. And he exemplified it for 8 years while he was governor. So coming up to say he's unfit to govern makes no sense. Physically he's fit, mentally he's fit, academically he's fit, character is fit, competence is fit, integrity is fit. Who else in this country has clean record like him? Who else among these politicians? All through the certificate scandal, during the election and after the election, he said nothing. He went to Aso Rock the other time, said he has delivered his 7-point agenda, and he was asked by the press, what can you say about the government? He said he's going to comment on the government after a year, that they need at least a year to be able to deliver some tangible results. In the next few days, 2 days from now, it's going to be a year. So we are waiting to hear what he has to say as regards the economy, as regards infrastructural development, as regards education, and the rest of them. Nigerians are waiting to hear his objective analysis. So for me, I think it's better to come out and be objective in whatever you say, just because you don't like somebody. But Peter Obi is a gentleman. He will still come out tomorrow and call Professor Wole Soyinka my elder brother. Don't forget that even after the election, Peter Obi told his supporters, nobody should hit the street. I'm going to the court. I'm going to follow due process. Till whatever comes out of it, so be it. And that is why there was no fracas. There was no breakdown of law and order when the result was announced by 4 a.m. in the morning when people are sleeping. The Obidients were not on the street. Why? He told them not to do so. During the election in 2023, MC Olomo and his thugs were able to unleash attack on the voters, those who are voting for other parties other than APC. The Igbos were the key targets. They attacked other citizens because they felt they look like Igbos. What did the Prof say? Nothing. He didn't say anything. People were brutalized, people were injured, people were killed during the election. What happened? What did he say? Nothing. They didn't say anything. Peter Obi is not in government. Peter Obi is not the president. Peter Obi is not a governor. Peter Obi is nothing as far as political position right now is concerned. Why is he always on the news? Why are people always looking for what to say about Peter Obi? Why is he the center of attraction? Which means there is something good in him. People are seeing, which they don't have, and they become agitated, they become worried, they become angry, and try to see how they can drag him down, how they can destroy that thing they can see in him. But they cannot, because God put it in him, and he's keeping it. Just like he has his right to say whatever he wants to say, same way Peter Obi has right to contest any election he wants to contest. The Prof has access to 1 vote. So let him not vote for him if he comes out. There are other people that are willing and ready to vote for him. So looking at the state of the economy, state of the nation today, the nation has no face, there has no image, because the image of the presidency is battered across the globe. So that's why you shout for foreign investors, you see nobody. Even domestic investors are leaving. Even those foreign investors already in the country before the administration are also leaving because nothing is really actually working. Nigerians are focused on the real situation of things. Things are not right. Things are not working. Average citizens cannot survive. That is the focus of the issue. People want to have access to food, have access to work, have access to good health, have access to education. These are the issues. And we are leaving the issue and be talking about Peter Obi. What does Peter Obi have to do with the current situation of the country? Is he the one that decides the dollar rate? So please, let's focus on the real problems of Nigerians, on how to deal with inflation, on how to deal with the exchange rate problem that have been persistent all this while, how to deal with the high cost of energy in the country, how to deal with education, how to deal with health, how to deal with internal roads that are terrible and death trap. This should be the issues and the focus of our elder statesmen, and not attacking people who are on their own, living their normal life. In my conclusion of all these issues, what we want is people who can hold government accountable, not people who are speaking about private individuals who are living their normal life, who doesn't have any position in government. He's a private citizen. He has right to be a private citizen. Peter Obi has right to contest any election he wants. The citizen has right to vote for him or not to vote for him. Like the Prof, he has right not to vote for him because he's unfit to contest. That is his own personal problem to deal with. But for others who believed in him, millions of Obidients who believed in him, they can never leave nor forsake him. Anywhere he goes, whichever party he goes to, they go with him. Why? There is something about him they believe. They believe in him for a reason. And whatever happens in 2027, if he decides to run and they decide to continue to support him, that's their choice. So we leave it at that. So, but the fact remains that the country is not working. Why do I say so? Looking at the economy is terrible, harsh, volatile, hostile to the citizens, hostile to investors, hostile to everybody. So we need people who can speak up and hold government accountable to sit up and do the right things, because the primary function of government is to care for the welfare of the citizen and to protect their lives and property. Is it happening in the country as of today? That is the question. So we are waiting that in the next couple of days that the Prof will come out to be able to speak his mind concerning the administration. That's what people are expecting, and that was his promise. So these are our concern, Prof. Help us to speak, to ensure that education is fixed, health is fixed, roads are fixed. These are the things Nigeria wants at this critical time. How they can feed, how they can put food on their table. That's what Nigeria wants to hear right now. And that is their major concern. So, Prof, use your platform to speak up on how these whole challenges can be fixed. That is what we are urging you to help us do. If you like, criticize the Obidients, nothing gonna change. They know what they want, they are fighting for it, and they're gonna get it at the end of the day. Therefore, comment on this video, and don't forget to like my video, share it, and above all, subscribe to my channel. It is your subscription that will build this channel, and that will encourage me to continue to bring out key issues that is happening in our country. And I appreciate you for doing so. Turn on your notification so that in my next video, you will be notified. I'm glad that you are here today going through this video. I appreciate you. God bless you. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. I'm signing out.